Waste of Water Sports crew, ahoy, how's everybody doing? Welcome along to the second semi-final here of the NPC 2025. Otago awaits the winner of this one, Canterbury versus Hawke's Bay. We have got approximately 5 minutes until kickoff, so get your tips in. I've got my tip in. Fiaki leading the way, anytime try scorer. That is my go-to guy, of course, Fiaki, Crusaders. I think he broke through for the All Blacks once or twice there as well, did he not? Somebody in the chat room can answer that one for me anyway. Fiaki, my go-to boy. Jonah Lowe and George Bell rounding out the three-leg multi. Look, I've gone the Crusaders in this one. The Crusaders are my team. I'm a Canterbury boy. But let's be honest, right? Nobody could begrudge Hawke's Bay if they sneak through in this one. A Hawke's Bay versus Otago final would be a great shake-up for the competition that, let's face it, has been largely dominated by this Canterbury dynasty. They've won enough, and that's me saying that. As a fan, they've won enough. They don't need any more. But it would be nice either way. I'm not going to complain either way. Palau Fakatava, the number 9, look for him to have a good stint. Hawke's Bay, they've got a solid lineup. I mean, don't think for 1 second that this is going to be a boil-over. I mean, it could be. Hawke's Bay are extreme outsiders with the bookmakers, but, I mean, let's be honest, they've got a decent squad. Jacob Devery, of course, the starting hooker. Fakatava, as I already mentioned. Jonah Lowe there, the number 14. I mean, they've got players. Zahn Sullivan. They've got players that can certainly ask some questions of this Canterbury defence, but, I mean, Canterbury, the dynasty. We talk like how many times have they won Super Rugby, NPC, the Canterbury / Crusaders dynasty. I'm sure that it will roll on. All I'm saying, though, is I wouldn't be upset at all if Hawke's Bay got the victory here. I mean, you couldn't, could you? You just couldn't. You couldn't be upset if Hawke's Bay cause a boil over and sneak a victory here in the slightest. Hawke's Bay versus Otago. 3 minutes until kickoff. So you've still got some time to get your tips in. That's my three-leg multi. Fiaki, Jonah Lowe, Georgie Bell. 3 legs, anytime try scorer. Could have thrown a 4th one in there. Maybe unders, but then unders is probably pretty risky in this one because the Crusaders, if they open up big. We know this. Well, I say Crusader. It's not the Crusaders, is it? Canterbury, NPC. I'm still adjusting to the whole NPC format. So I apologize for that. Obviously, Crusaders, we talk about a fair bit because we cover the Super Rugby. And we cover the Super Rugby pretty much from start to finish. But this is our first little endeavor into NPC, and I quite enjoyed it. Last night, Otago, too strong for, oh, God, who do they play? I should remember this. It was literally 24 hours ago. But yes, they got the win nonetheless. Otago into the final, and they're on the brink of something very special there, Otago. I tell you what, I used to be a big fan of Otago back in there. Byron Kelleher. Can we talk about Byron Kelleher? Let's talk about Byron Kelleher. Son of a bitch. I mean, did he do all right for himself? Assuming that they're, anyway, still together. As Canterbury, the home side, run out onto the field. What a moment it is for that child there leading the way out, running the team out onto the field. You know, I actually got to do that once or twice in the local footy. It is a good moment. Mind you, I thought I was going to get flattened. I was too slow. Some of these guys are fast, you have to understand. And that's just the way it goes. Hawke's Bay Magpies, here they come. Semi-final record. Played 5. They've won once and they've lost 4. So all the stats are in favor of Canterbury. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to go for Hawke's Bay. Let's cheer on the underdog. Everyone loves a good underdog story, right? So let's cheer them on. Hawke's Bay Magpies. Now that I've done that, it's almost guaranteed to be an absolute shellacking, right? Semi-final number 2, NPC 2025 at Otago awaits. Now, here's the way it works. If Canterbury win, Canterbury will host the final. If Hawke's Bay cause a boil over, Otago will get to host the final at Forsyth Bar Stadium. What a moment that would be. Honestly, it would just be so good for the competition, right? Like, allegiances aside, it would just be so good for the competition if we saw Hawke's Bay with the boil over. Moments away from kickoff, and it looks like it's Canterbury who will be receiving. Let's get this one started. Chat room, who have you got? I think Canterbury would be too strong here. As Ben O'Keefe blows the whistle, Canterbury go deep with the kickoff inside the 22. And Hawke's Bay will have first use of it. But you know what it's going to be? They're going to be setting up a box kick clearance. Fakatava organising the troops. He goes back to his fly half to clear. And that is a good kick from Sullivan. Well, he went to the fullback, actually. Don Sullivan back there waiting to clear. And he got good purchase on it, but not a whole lot of distance. About 35 metres out, Canterbury go quick with the line out into midfield. Mata Eli sends it on. It just looks so slick. Such a machine. Wrapping around the left and creating space. Inside the first minute. We could have a try inside the first couple of minutes here. Nothing would surprise me with this team. Gardner drives it forward. 40 out in midfield. Canterbury. New stub. Takes the line on. Goes into contact. Chapman sends it out to the left. And a strong carry there from Gardner. Goes again. Short side. Thinking about the cutout pass there, New stub, but holds on. 40 metres out. Hawke's Bay holding firm for now. Back into midfield and solid defence. Driving Dom Gardner backwards. As the Canterbury team persists down this near side, the short side. Phase after phase, but Hawke's Bay repelling them early. It's a solid start defensively for the Magpies. 9 phases, and Canterbury have gone nowhere. Newstub forced to clear on halfway. And it will land just outside the 22 in the hands of McClutchy. I guess you could say that McClutchy clutched onto it. Or maybe not. Let's not do that. Fakatava clears now. Back to Sullivan again, and Sullivan keeping this in field. Thumps it into Crusaders territory. And it's going to sit up 10 metres out from the Canterbury line. I keep calling them Crusaders. I apologise for that. My boy Shea Fiaki with the clearance. And that is a monstrous kick. The Magpies go quick. Sullivan back down the short side. Kicks. Does he put it out of the full? He has. First mistake of the game. First advantage to Canterbury. What a kick from Shea Fiaki, though, there at the fullback. 2.5 minutes gone. No score, but it is Canterbury on top, controlling territory. Line-out throw secured by Darry, and Canterbury send it into midfield. Christie takes it into contact. Where's my boy, Georgie Bell? Down the left flank they go. Punavai just outside the red zone, but they're mounting pressure here. Canterbury piling on. New stub with the cutout pass. Hits the chest of Hannah. Hannah with the offload. And they've lost the ball. Comes back for a penalty, though. Penalty to Canterbury. Hawke's Bay offside. And this will be the first points of the semi-final. You would think that they will surely take the 3 here from right in front. It is an absolute gift. And yes, pointing straight to poles. Canterbury will have a crack. Sam Valston, ahoy, mate. Let's go, Canterbury. Yes, I said the same, Sam. I said the same. But how good would it be for the NPC, for the competition as a whole, if we had an Otago versus Hawke's Bay final, right? As much as I am going for Canterbury, because Canterbury are my team, Shea Fiaki steps up to take this shot. It'd be great for the competition moving forward, for the NPC moving forward, for the growth of the provincial league. Otago Hawke's Bay final would just be monumental, right? Fiaki strikes it. It's a wobbly old wombat of a kick, but it's through the posts. And Canterbury lead this one 3-0. 4 minutes gone. Good start for the home side. Hawke's Bay with the restart, sending it into the 22. No thought of the clearing kick. They're going to set it up here with Gardner. Hawke's Bay steal it. Now that was shortly forward there to Api Katoa. But it's play on for the moment. Hawke's Bay have numbers out to the left, but straightening here is Jonah Lowe. That's my boy for ATT. Fakatava has a dart from scrum half. The pick and go from Higgins. Hawke's Bay stay down the short side. Back in field for Lowe. 15 metres short. The pick and go. Oh, he's still going as Jonah Lowe. Fakatava now goes back into midfield. Hawke's Bay 5 metres out. Canterbury defending valiantly for now. Ned Flanders backs into the defence. 5 out right in front of the post. They go left. 5.5 gone. Canterbury with the early penalty goal. Hawke's Bay here a big chance to hit the first try. Fakatava down the short side. Parsons. Sorry, not Pearsons. Parsons. Still 5 out. Big defence from Canterbury. Cut out pass there to Stones. Stones lays it back. Slow ruck ball, but it's still there for them. Here's Devery. Staying down the right edge. The double pump almost puts Famai in a gap. Fakatava looking for options. The crash ball for Api Katoa. Oh, centimetre short. Hawke's Bay now drive over. Canterbury have got in underneath and held him up. Brilliant goal line defence, but also equally brilliant attack here from the Magpies. They've started well. Good continuity on the Canterbury goal line. The double pump from McClutchy, I thought they were on. Sam Valston says that would be a show, but for the multi, if Canterbury wins, way better. Yeah. You know what? I'm more than happy to sacrifice a multi for an Otago Hawke's Bay final. Ned Flanders takes the goal line restart, crashes it up. And Hawke's Bay go back on the attack as they look to get in the red zone. Almost intercepted by Canterbury, but it sets up nicely here for Formai. And he spills it in contact. Canterbury clear upfield. Hawke's Bay are making all the chances early on. But Canterbury's defence holding on. Fakatava down the short side. Now Low. Flick pass back in field. Intercepted by Canterbury. Numbers there again. They shut it down. They just haven't been able to execute here, the Magpies. Chapman sets up the box kick clearance. The Canterbury say, well, get out of here. Let's send it down the other end of the field. Ball's on halfway. Well taken by McClutchy. And the Magpies have it on halfway. Beautiful cutout pass from Fakatava straight onto the chest. And Fire Lungy breaks down the left flank. Back in field now for Sam Smith. Not that Sam Smith. I can't picture that Sam Smith playing rugby. Cutout pass now to Ned Flanders. Steps back in field. He's a little bit isolated. In over the top is Tom Christie, and that is a turnover for Canterbury. Tom Christie, beautiful work, maintaining his feet. And now Canterbury breakaway. Here's the great chance. Open space for Punavai. And Punavai scores the first try. It's been all Hawke's Bay, but the counter-attack from Canterbury, too good. See, to beat this Canterbury dynasty, you've got to be perfect. Not near perfect, perfect. The Magpies spill the ball out of the ruck. Canterbury goes straight into counter-attack mode. And Punavai, it was a 3-on-1. 3-on-1 as this ball spills out the side of the ruck. 3-on-1 down the left flank. And it was all over from there. Draw and pass. And it's Punavai the beneficiary. Well, it's 8 points to 0. 9 minutes gone. Kick to come. Hawke's Bay. They don't deserve this scoreline, honestly. They do not deserve this scoreline. As the Breeze picks this conversion up and hooks it past the posts. So it remains 8 points to 0 with that missed conversion. But yeah, Hawke's Bay, the way they've started this opening 9.5 minutes, do not deserve this scoreline. I mean, it's only 8 points. It's only 8 points. But still, they've been a lot better than 8-0, have Hawke's Bay. Ten minutes gone. Canterbury on top with limited opportunity. They've snagged a penalty goal and now the try on counter-attack. And here's the man who started it all, Dom Gardner, setting up the ruck just inside the 22, Canterbury. Chapman wants a better angle on the box kick exit. He gets it. Exactly what he wanted. Told to use it now. Chapman brings it out and sends the... Oh, that's a poor kick. Chapo. Poor kick. Only 30 meters out from the line. Hawke's Bay throw. 10.5 gone. They can go on the attack. Cumbrian, McKem, ahoy, mates. How are you doing? Darry throws to the middle, uncontested. Darry wraps around and sends it into midfield. And the ruck is set there by Ned Flanders. Nice short ball to Stones. Raketti Stones goes through. 10 out. Fakatava with quick ball spills it. Oh, Fakatava's run into his own man. It was Sam Smith who gets in the way. And it'll be a scrum down for Canterbury. The gap opened up. Raketti Stones thought he was going to go the whole way himself, but didn't quite have the pace. I tell you what, do not let the scoreline fool you. 8 points to 0 in favour of Canterbury, but this has been all Hawke's Bay. I mean, this is alarming for the Magpies. Alarming. Because they really have controlled territory in possession, and they have nothing at all to show for it. In over the top of this one, almost getting the turnover is Parsons. But Canterbury get there. They scramble in the nick of time. And the clearing kick, 10 short of halfway. 12 minutes gone. Canterbury up 8 points to 0. So there you go. NPC 2025, Hawke's Bay conceding heavily in the first quarter. And they've done it again here today. Semi-final, you don't want to be down 8-0, 12 minutes in. But back on the attack, Jonah Lowe. We need him anytime try. 3 legs, anytime try scorer, Shea Fiaki, Jonah Lowe, and Georgie Bell. Short side for Smith. Fakatava wraps around. Again, McClutchy holds the pass up. Fakatava goes quick again. Numbers down their short side. Hawke's Bay, chip and chase. Ned Flanders needs it to sit up. And it beats everybody over the dead ball line. Whoa. Wait a minute. The referee is awarding the try here to Ned Flanders. Referee Ben O'Keefe has awarded the try here for Ned Flanders. His name's not Ned, by the way. It's Devon. I'm just being a smartass. This has gone over the dead ball line, I thought, for all money. Referee O'Keefe has awarded a try. There's the chip and chase over the top. Oh, that's no try. No try. They're going to have a look. It's going up to the TMO. I think he's knocked it on, and it was also, like I said, it's beaten everybody over the dead ball line, I do believe. I don't apart from the fact that it's Ben O'Keefe, I don't understand how this even went up as a try in the first. Surely that goes up as a no try, and then they look. But let's have a look. He's got hands on it. He's got no control over this, and it's on the dead ball line. Grounded on the line anyway, even if he has grounded it. It's gone up as a try at the moment, though. They're checking the grounding. It's clearly on the dead ball line here. This will be no try. Well, jeez. They're still... Try is scrubbed out. The ball was over the dead ball line. Now, just a heads up, people joining me here today, West of Water Sports crew, just to let you know, huge electrical storm. Massive. Like a monstrous one. So if the stream just dies at any point, you'll know why. I will have lost power. So yeah, just so you're aware, we might get some dropouts in everything here today. Hawke's Bay back on the attack. That try is scrubbed out. It'll go back to 8 points to 0 shortly, but maybe it won't matter because they're on the attack again here, the Magpies. Losing it. Well, commentators curse. They lose the ball and Newstub clears upfield. Bouncing into Hawke's Bay territory. Where's Sullivan? Sullivan offloads unexpectedly there. Fomai does well to hold on to it. As McClutchy goes down the short side. Big defense from Canterbury. Driving Jonah Lowe backwards, and now they look to march over the top and turn this one over. They do, and breaking away is Chapman. Chapman's got support here from McLeod. McLeod beats one, beats two. He's 5 out, McLeod. And he's held up and taken to ground. Canterbury on the counter-attack. It's just so lethal. They're a meter out here. The pick and go. Advantage for offsides. And now diving just short. Half a meter short. Hannah has a pick and go. Chapman looking for options. Left, right. He goes left. Newstub sends it on to Fiaki. Shea Fiaki with pace. Gets on the outside. Offloads to Punavai, who gets number 2. Punavai with a double. And Canterbury are just marching on here. As easy as you like. 13 points to 0. Kick to come with 16 minutes gone. They've had limited attack. That's been the thing. Canterbury's attack has been so limited. Hawke's Bay have been controlling territory, controlling possession, but it's Canterbury who are taking the opportunities. Let's see. Fiaki is out. This will be no try. Oh, sorry, Punavai. Fiaki set it up. Punavai has put a foot in touch. And now Canterbury are going to have one scrubbed out. No try. No try, foot in touch. They're going to come back for a penalty. Long advantage played. So they will come back for the offsides. Points will be on offer here for Canterbury. The penalty is out wide, though. It's 15 in from touch over on that right side. So they're going to put it into touch. New stub. They're looking for their try regardless. Five-meter line-out throw, attacking one here for Canterbury. 16.5 gone. It's 8-0, but I think it's about to... I think they're about to get their try anyway. Gardner takes it down. Rolling maul is set. 5 meters out. It goes to ground. Now breaking away. Georgie Bell. That's my boy. That's who I want, but he falls short. One out from the ruck. Calder. Driven back in the tackle. Still just a couple of meters shy. Heading back infield. They're just to the right of the post now, Canterbury. Now they're smack bang in the middle. Keeping it in tight. Ducking under. Braden Inor keeps the ball alive. No, he goes to ground. Quick ruck ball. Canterbury close now as they continue left. Pick and go here from Gardner. Gardner's close. Centimeters short here. Now they're over. The pick and go. Who has scored that one? It's the number 4, Sam Darry, is it? Sam Darry gets up with the ball. Georgie Bell was there. But Sam Darry claims it. Canterbury do get their try. The one that was only just scrubbed off. And the scoreboard only just updated. And they end up with it anyway. 13 points to 0, kick to come. And again, it's unfortunate for Hawke's Bay. Very unfortunate because they've been playing decently enough. But it's just the caliber that you have to play at to beat this Canterbury team. Ridiculous. Shea Fiaki. 10 in from touch. Nails it. And Canterbury lead this 15 points to 0. Well, Hawke's Bay have not been 15 points to 0 bad, is what I'm saying. They have not been this bad. They really haven't been. Canterbury have just taken every opportunity that's come their way. They've counterattacked. They've made Hawke's Bay pay for every single mistake. And that's been the clear difference. A quarter of the way through this contest, that's been the difference. Clearing up field, 19.5 gone, 15 points to 0. Canterbury, the home side. And they try to go quickly here, but we've got a penalty. Hawke's Bay. From the line out. Finding touch inside the 22. And it's a yellow card for an intentional knock on. That's what happened. Well, there we go. The line-out throw went over the top. Punavai's gone for the intercept. It's been deemed a deliberate knockdown, and Punavai spending 10 minutes in the bin with the yellow card. Well, here's a red-hot opportunity now for Hawke's Bay. Attacking line-out throw in the 22. Devery goes to the middle. Canterbury spoil. George Bell comes down with it. Well, they've fluffed it. Chapman now. To Darry. Goes again, Chapman. Wants another ruck. Gardner sets this one up. Told to use it. You expect the box kick will be incoming very, very shortly. There it is. Chapman sends this one high again. Not a lot of distance there on the box kick clearance. 10 short of halfway, although the touchy's given him a lot more than I would have thought. 20 minutes gone, 15-0 Canterbury, but really, Hawke's Bay have been in the conversation. They've been in the contest. Scrappy line-out ball here on halfway. Fakatava sends it over into midfield. Uppy Katoa drives you forward. They're staying on that left edge now. Darry goes out the back for McClutchy. McClutchy to Sullivan. Well read by the Canterbury defence. Hawke's Bay maintain possession for now, but Canterbury numbered up. Back into midfield. McClutchy gives it on to Higgins. Higgins driven back. Canterbury march over the top. But still there for Hawke's Bay. They scramble well there at the ruck. Down the right edge. And one-on-one almost going through there is Famai. Gets the ball back to Ned Flanders. Fakatava down the short side. Cutout pass is read well by the Canterbury defence. Nowhere to go for Jonah Lowe. Unfortunately, because that's my boy in my multi. McClutchy out the back to Sullivan, who says, let's get it out of here. A kick. Oh, has he overcooked it? No, he's just landed it inside the field of play. Attempting a 50-22. And he finds touch about, 24 out. He almost hit it. He almost got it there, Zahn Sullivan. But it will be a Canterbury line-out throw. So we know Otago awaits the winner of this one. Who shall they go on and face? Or who will go on to face them, I should say. 23 minutes gone, 15-0. Canterbury looking the goods at the moment, even with Punavai in the bin. Throw goes to the back. Darry takes it down. Rolling maul is set here. Canterbury going backwards, though, as Hawke's Bay drive through. But now George Bell breaks away. Taken down 10 short of halfway. Staying down the short side. Darry with the show and go. 5 short of the halfway mark. Chapman goes to ground. Now gives it to Christie. Gets back there at scrum half. Playing down the tram lines with Darry again, setting it up 10 short of halfway. Told to use it. Chapman digging it out. Another setup here, this time Calder. The ball's out. Hawke's Bay. Darry comes away with it. Dummies. Darry goes through, puts a kick in, needs this one to sit up. It does sit up, but scrambling defense from Canterbury shuts down Jonah Lowe. Oh, I thought I was on there for my multi. 10 metres out. Darry goes into scrum half. Gives it to Fakatava at first receiver. Numbers here, 2-on-1, and space for Famai. Famai scores, and Hawke's Bay have hit back. That's just reward for mountains and mountains of pressure. Like I said, they don't deserve to be down 15 points to 0. Now 15 points to 5. They've been better than that, and now they get their reward. None of my guys, though. I mean, Jonah Lowe's my only try scorer for Hawke's Bay, but Braden Inor went for the all-or-nothing intercept, didn't get a hand on it, and it was all over from there. Hawke's Bay had 2-on-1. As soon as Inor missed the intercept, it was 2-on-1 and an easy try. McClutchy from right beside the post puts it over. And it's 15 points to 7. Hawke's Bay have hit back. Crucially for them, of course. 15-7. Sam Vouston, that's a tick. He was your outsider. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I went the opposite edge. Of course, I went the right side with Jonah Lowe. It nearly happened. That kick pass nearly set up for him. Canterbury get us back underway, 15 points to 7. Taken inside the 22 as they go deep. Fakatava. Short ball. He wants another ruck set up. Now he sends it back. Sullivan from 5 out from his own line. Clears upfield. And finds touch. Not a lot of distance on it. Although we'll see where the touchies and I aren't seeing eye to eye tonight. So we'll see where they march this one up to. Oh, they've given him the line out almost on halfway. That was a decent clearing kick. Sorry, Laura. George Bell will have this throw on the halfway mark. Goes to the middle. Darry pops it back for Chapman. Chapman onto Christie. Christie goes into contact on halfway. Right in midfield. Chapman goes again. Left edge for Darry. Inside Hawke's Bay territory. Enor, who's off the field, of course, would normally be there. Out the back it goes, and it's read by Hawke's Bay. See, they went short side, and now Hawke's Bay march over the top of this, and they come away with the turnover. Fakatava now goes right. Some poor passing, but some great hands as Sullivan now has space. Sullivan dummies. Flick pass out to Lowe. Lowe angles back in field, and he's taken down 10 out. Canterbury over the top of it, secure the turnover as Lowe's isolated. It's a penalty for holding on. Brilliant defense from Canterbury. Jonah Lowe. He was there again. An opportunity. 28 minutes gone. 15-7. But Canterbury's scrambling defense, even with 14 on the field, too strong. Of course, yellow card for Pernavai for the deliberate knockdown. $15 points to 7. George Bell with the line-out throw. Goes to the front. Hawke's Bay kind of contest. Christie, inside ball. Back for Bell. Bell opens them up. A chip from George Bell. And it sits up at the back for Sam Smith. Gives it to Sullivan. McClutchy, rather. Now it's on to Famai, who clears upfield for Hawke's Bay, and he sends it up over halfway. It stays in field, though. Now it angles towards the sideline. What a kick. But Georgie Bell, with the break, and then he put the kick in. I think George Bell now has his kicking license revoked. No more chips and chases. It probably wasn't the option there, George Bell. He's not used to being in that much open space. Here he is now in a much more familiar situation. Line out throw goes to the middle. Spoiled by Hawke's Bay. And away they come with it. Ned Flanders. Well contested. And it's Hawke's Bay ball. Can they take advantage here? Still, Canterbury with that man in the bin. McClutchy with quick hands, and it's lost by Sam Smith. Play on, though. As Jonah Lowe heads back in field. 30 metres out. Fakatava on this near sideline. Pailungi keeps it in tight. Sullivan goes out the back for McClutchy. The double pump to nobody. A kind bounce there over on the left, though. And it sits up. Hawke's Bay still in possession. Flanders takes it to ground. And they come back in midfield now. Raketti Stones. Busts out of one tackle. Advantage now for a knock forward off Canterbury. Hawke's Bay kick through, knowing they've got the advantage, will come back. Or they'll play on. What do? The kick through is deemed advantage. Referee Ben O'Keefe has said, no, you kicked it away. That's advantage. It's a pressure line out here for Canterbury. And onto the field comes Purnavai. serving his 10 minutes in the bin. So Canterbury survived that period. Just the one try from Hawke's Bay. 9 minutes to go until the halftime break. George Bell with the throw. Defensive line out here for Canterbury. On this left edge attack, the near side. Line out jumpers will be using the right hand and secured by Darry. Pops it back for Chapman. Chapman gives it off and Canterbury set it up. Gallagher lays it back. Chapman wants him to go again. Darry. Very happy to set this one up. Chapman will told to use it. We'll set up the box kick now. Get some protection. Oh, it's a shocker from Chapman. It skews off the boot and goes sideways into touch. And it will be an attacking line-out throw here for Hawke's Bay. 15 meters out. What a dead set shocker of a box kick clearance. 8 minutes to go till the halftime break. And what a gift this is here for Hawke's Bay. Darry with the throw. Goes to the middle. Lost forward by Canterbury. Advantage for Hawke's Bay. Fakatava gets the offload to McClutchy. McClutchy to Lowe. And Lowe's trapped in midfield. Still advantage. Raketti Stones pops it up for Flanders. Flanders lays it back. Fakatava goes back open side to the left. Uppy Katoa sets it up. Numbers to the left, but a dummy and straightening there is Higgins. Takes it into contact. Still under not penalty advantage, sorry. Knock-on advantage still to Hawke's Bay. Fakatava spills it. Now they've got a penalty advantage. Full arm now. Canterbury not rolling away. Inside ball here for Morgan. Gets it to Fakatava. Taken down 5 meters out. Hawke's Bay looking good. Higgins to Darry. Darry carries a couple of meters short here. Hawke's Bay. Here come the Magpies. Could you say they're swooping in on an opportunity here? No, let's not say that. Cridge is taken down 5 meters out just to the left of posts. Fakatava organising the troops. It's a pick and go. Right in front of the poles now. Darry. Gets down low. Fakatava now sends it left. Almost breaking through. Canterbury get hands on it, but they can't secure the turnover. Fakatava burrows under, and Fakatava scores the try. Hawke's Bay get another 10 phases, and Fakatava dives over. 15-12 kick to come. Oh, why didn't I have him in my multi? He was surely always going to be a smoky for ATT. I should have had him in there. Hawke's Bay have hit back, and we have got game well and truly on. McClutchy with another easy kick. Should make it 15-14. And does. There is 1 point in this contest. 4 minutes to go till the halftime break. The Magpies. This, I think, is a worthy scoreline. I mean, Canterbury have been so good on the counter-attack that they obviously deserve their points. Hawke's Bay make the mistakes. Canterbury have been good enough on the counter-attack to take advantage. 15-14, I think, is a very, very fair reflection of how this first half has gone, though. Much better than 15-0. 15-0 was so wild. Back underway in Hawke's Bay. They clear immediately. That's a hell of a kick. Monstrous one. Canterbury go quickly. 30 out from their own line. New stub. Sends it on here to Punavai, who's back on the field, of course, after his little spell in the naughty chair. Chapman down the short side. Darry goes out the back. Now there's some space on the right side. Loose carry. We've got an advantage, though, for Canterbury. The knock-on is called against Hawke's Bay. Wow, Canterbury have won just one of their last 5 semi-finals. And of course, we saw that stat at the top of the game where Hawke's Bay have only won 1 and lost 4. So both teams are looking to break a semi-final curse. $15-0 it was. Completely unjustly, I do say. Hawke's Bay have been playing well. 15-14, a much more fair reflection as Chapman feeds this scrum. Just inside Magpies territory. Big line up to the left here for Canterbury, but straightening as Enor takes it into contact. Chapman goes back down the short side, kicks over the top, bounces it into the 22, and having to make a play out of there is Famai, who turns and clears, and not a lot of distance on it at all. It's just outside the 22. Attacking line-out throw here for Canterbury with 3 minutes to play in the first half. A potential backbreaker in the making here. Bell goes to the front of the line-out, uncontested. Back down the short side. Well read by Hawke's Bay, and they've taken them into touch. No, play on. Yes, the call has been made. Well, it's been lost forward anyway by Christie. So there we go. Hawke's Bay have diffused that little set-piece play. Trying some trickery off the line-out, back down the short side. Zakor Kadir, ahoy, mate. NPC semi-finals as a priority, but I may very well do the I may very well do the game tomorrow. Zakor. Ollie is the best. Ahoy, mate. Ethan Orr. Hopefully Canterbury win. Yeah, look, I'm a Canterbury boy. I'm supporting Canterbury, but Otago versus Hawke's Bay final, I would not have any problem with at all. At the same time as Fakatava with the box kick sends this one high. Contestable ball. Pamaya goes through and puts pressure on, and Hawke's Bay come away with it. Down the short side, the pass goes to nobody and into touch. Canterbury line-out throw. $15 points to 14, a minute to go till the halftime break. Ollie is the best, says Reed's been a cheeky monkey lately. He gets it off Lee. Yeah, Lee's a pretty cheeky name. All the Lees I know are cheeky monkeys. That's for sure. Bell throws to the front. Hawke's Bay compete, but Canterbury have it. Into midfield. Nice wraparound play, creating space on the left, and straight through they go. Now space for Punavai. Steps back in field. Punavai gets the ball free, and it's lost forward by Canterbury. Scrum down here for Hawke's Bay. Aussie John, ahoy, mate. How are you today, mate? How's your mum? By the way, chat room, that was not a mum joke. I'm honestly asking how his mum's doing. Happy birthday, Ollie. Well, if you're still here at halftime, which is in about 15 seconds, we will do a very special birthday shout out for you. Ollie is the best. We've just got a little injury stoppage here. One of the Magpies is down in midfield. Here he comes, Raketi Stones. Back into position. Ireland versus the All Blacks, Soldier Field, Chicago. Looking forward to that one coming up. Nice to hear, Aussie John. Your friend and I just returned home from visiting Mum. Fantastic. 4 seconds to go until the halftime break. So 15-14 looks like it will be the score. Unless there's a penalty here. A penalty to Canterbury, they would surely have the shot at 3. But it is Hawke's Bay with the scrum feed. Sets just outside the 22. Big shove from Canterbury, but the Magpies come away with it. Cut out pass to Sullivan. Sullivan, one-on-one with Inor, beats him, but he's brought down by the sliding defense just outside the 22. Fakatava, as the siren sounds, it goes back to McClutchy, and McClutchy says, we're happy with 15-14, and that is the halftime break. All right, Ollie is the best. Give me 10 seconds. All right. Ollie is the best. Long-time subscriber, long-time friend. Birthday on Tuesday, apparently. So let's all raise our signs and say happy birthday to Ollie and all his cheeky monkey friends. Hope you had a fantastic day, and most importantly, I hope you got cake. Because what good is a birthday if you don't get cake? And if the cake had a little something extra in it, you wouldn't complain either. If you know, you know. Yes. Happy birthday, Ollie. So, 15 points to 14 at the halftime break. Now, the interesting thing here is this, with the bookmakers, was the one that was expected to be a blowout. Canterbury were red-hot, rampaging favourites. And the one that we did yesterday, Otago, and again, I've forgotten who Otago played. Bay of Plenty. Otago and Bay of Plenty was supposed to be the close semi-final. Well, what's actually happened here at halftime is Otago had that match firmly in control at the break. And here, the one that was expected to be a smashing from Canterbury goes into the break. 1 point the difference. And we absolutely have game on, which is fantastic. I mean, that's exactly what we want as supporters, as followers. All you can ever ask for is a good, close contest. Waste of World of Sports, of course, we will be back tomorrow with some more live streaming. I mean, we've still got a half of footy to go in this one too. Semi-final number 2 is far from done and dusted, of course. So we've still got the second half in this one to go. And then, back to live streams tomorrow going up. For those of you in Melbourne, of course, this thing's happening. Waste of World of Sports appearing in Melbourne. And I'll also be doing Sydney in the first week of December. So keep an eye out for that one. That's coming up as well. So nothing special, really. Just come hang out, basically. Come hang out. I'm not charging for this. This is all just public domain. You're free to come along, say ahoy, hang out. Melbourne, first week of November. Sydney, first week of December. Should be a good lot of fun. So, yes, I thought I should announce that as well. 15 points to 14 here. Canterbury, the home side. I would say, I mean, this is a pretty fair reflection at halftime, but really, for large chunks of that game, Hawke's Bay were on top as far as possession and territory went. Hawke's Bay probably deserved to be in the lead going into the break. I mean, it's a testament to Canterbury that they have even a 1 point lead, quite honestly, because they've taken their chances. Every time Hawke's Bay made a mistake, Canterbury pounced, and they made them pay for it. So, yeah. Oh, we've got a game on our hands. There you go. 53% possession to Hawke's Bay at halftime. 64% territory. That's exactly what I was talking about. Hawke's Bay dominated large portions of that first half. 21 tackles missed by Canterbury, 8 by Hawke's Bay. Actually, the more I look at those stats, Hawke's Bay should be leading here at the break. But at least they're in the fight. I mean, that's half the battle, isn't it? Half the battle is staying in the fight. They're in the fight. They're still there or thereabouts. Ollie is the best. You had some ice cream cake. Oh, very nice. Hell yeah. That's the way. Yeah, that's very good. Very good. All right, Waste Water Sports. I'm going to have a quick break for halftime. We'll be back second half in this semi-final. Who will go through to face Otago in next week's final? We're 40 minutes away from finding out. Be right back after this. Yes, indeed. Happy birthday to Ollie from Tuesday. Halftime here, 15 points to 14. Canterbury leading Hawke's Bay. Yep. No ticks off the multi. We were close a couple of times. Jonah Lowe was in play a couple of times there and was very, very close. There was specifically a kick pass. George Bell got close once or twice as well. So we're not far off. I feel like the second half we could see a couple of hits for sure. We're not far off. We're just lurking about, ready for one or two of those to hit. So, as I said at the top of the stream, I am going for Canterbury. Canterbury's my team. But you couldn't begrudge Hawke's Bay if they got through. It'd be great for the competition if Hawke's Bay went through. Aussie John says, what do I think of full bacon pizza with only cheese? You know what? I'm a big fan of just cheese only pizzas. So I personally probably wouldn't put the bacon on myself with it, but I should imagine there's nothing inherently wrong with it. Ethan Orr says, all my bets, your green zone, Canterbury just needs to win. All your bets are in the green. You just need Canterbury to win. 4K if they do. Oh, well, let's go Canterbury then. I go for Canterbury. Canterbury's my team. As I said, I would not be upset if it was Otago versus Hawke's Bay. But now that Ethan has got 4K on the line, yeah, let's go Canterbury all the way. Let's get Ethan his 4K. Yeah. They'll run away with it here in the second half. 15-14 at the break. What a first half it was from Hawke's Bay, though, really. I mean, like I said, rank outsiders with the bookmakers. The bookies had given them very little chance here against this Canterbury juggernaut. So they've already put up a hell of an effort. Zakor says Fiji won against the Cook Islands, 44-24. There you go. Yeah, you know what, Zakor, I chose this game over that one because I did think Fiji would win quite comfortably. And yes, it seems that they did. So I feel like I've made the right choice in terms of that one. Second half about to get underway. Hawke's Bay with the kickoff. Referee O'Keefe blows the whistle. And McClutchy takes his time, but he finally gets us underway. Sends it into the 22. Canterbury have it. An immediate clearance. Back it goes for Enor. Enor sends it up towards the halfway line. But they're still inside their own half here for Hawke's Bay line-out throw. Darry goes to the front, uncontested. Bridge brings it down. Rolling ball set here for Hawke's Bay. Getting some good go forward. Darry controlling it at the back. Now Fakatava breaks away. Fakatava taken up around the head there. But gets to ground. Higgins goes into play scrum half. Bridge goes again. Fakatava's back up and at the base of the ruck. Driving under. Bailangi. Now McClutchy goes left. Higgins. Dummies. And he's taken down by McLeod. McLeod tries to drive over the top, but Hawke's Bay hold on. Then maintain dominance at ruck time. Bailangi goes to ground just inside that far touchline. Hawke's Bay now running right to left on the TV. McClutchy, dummies, holds the pass up nicely, but well read by the Canterbury defence. Pick and go. The ball's almost ripped away from Canterbury. Still there for Hawke's Bay, though. Hawke's Bay, like, honestly, second verse, same as the first at the moment. Hawke's Bay dominating possession. We're only 2 minutes into the second half, of course, but they've had all the ball. Lowe steps back in field and loses it. George Bell rips it away. Christie now sends it out to the right. Canterbury clear upfield. And it beats Sullivan. Did he get a touch on it, Sullivan? He did. And it's a 50-22 anyway. So it doesn't matter if he did touch it. 50-22. And Canterbury, again, they take full advantage of a Hawke's Bay mistake and turn them around all the way upfield. A 50-22. And they'll get the line-out throw. Hawke's Bay, just the execution. Every time they've made a mistake, Canterbury have punished them to the full extent. And that's been the big difference in this game so far. Hawke's Bay have controlled territory and possession. But Canterbury have just been making them pay. Christie now off the back of the line-out. Beats one, gets the late offload away, but well read by Hawke's Bay defense. Chapman into midfield. Standing in the tackle is Hannah, who's driven backwards. In over the top and looking to rip it away here. The Magpies have it. Flanders. Back it goes now for McClutchy. Sends it on out to the right. They think they have some numbers, and they do. Forward pass there to Fakatava. They get away with it. Late offload now back to Morgan, who's driven back in the tackle. Canterbury look to drive over the top, but still there for Fakatava. Switches direction late. Back into midfield for Sullivan. A really poor grubber kick through. Scooped up by Canterbury, and they're back in possession. Chapman goes down the short side now. Fiaki puts the head down. Takes the line on. Shea Fiaki. 40 metres out from the Magpies line. Here's Christie. Lays it back for Chapman. Chapman looks down the short side, goes back into midfield. Newstub sends it on there for Darry. Darry lays it back. Still Canterbury ball. Christie goes again. Magpies in over the top. Secure the turnover. Christie holding on. Hawke's Bay, they are hanging tough. Hanging tough. New kids on the block, right? All us oldies in the chat room know that one. (15-14), no change to the halftime score. Sullivan sends this one into touch just outside the Canterbury 22. Here they come, the Magpies. Here they come. Attacking line out throw. 25 metres out. Devery goes to the middle. A nice little trick play. Sam Smith almost opens them up. Raketti Stones. Inside the red zone they go. Fakatava sends it over to Failungi. Canterbury get in over the top of this one, but still there for the Magpies. In midfield. 22 metres out, right in front of the sticks. Fakatava goes right. Nice quick hands. Sits up for McClutchy. To Higgins. Higgins dummies. Pops it back to McClutchy. And the ball's ripped away by Canterbury. Oh, the execution. Just falling apart there for Hawke's Bay. Painful. Canterbury scrambling goal line defence. They're holding on, but little more, Canterbury. Very little more. Defensive scrum here for Canterbury. 5 metres out from their own line, that is. 5 metres from their own line. Big pressure. They set. Chapman feeds. Stalemate for now. Second shove here from Canterbury. It's a big one. Scrum collapses, but the ball's out. Play on. As Gardner heads sideways. Taken down by Hawke's Bay. 5 metres out still. Chapman Goes back into the end goal for the clearing kick. New stub sends it upfield and he finds touch about 30 out. A good kick considering the pressure he was under, but still it's there for Hawke's Bay. Aussie John says, Dan, the former Prime Minister of Japan, played rugby in his past. Oh, very nice. You know what? Japan love rugby. Does anyone remember when Japan caused that massive upset of South Africa in the World Cup? The Japanese supporters in the stands were crying, literal tears of joy. It was such a moment, a very passionate nation. As Hawke's Bay come down with the line-out ball, Fakatava digs it out. Goes back down the short side here for Flanders. 30 metres out from the line here. Hawke's Bay trailing by 1. Looking for a penalty advantage. McClutchy dummies and then loses it again in contact. Oh, the execution is just falling apart for them here, Hawke's Bay. They're creating opportunities, but they're just not executing. They are definitely looking the most threatening of the two teams, though. 8 minutes gone in the second half. No change to that halftime scoreline. Canterbury still ahead by 1. Yeah, oh, Aussie John. Check out the highlights, mate. On YouTube. Just do Rugby World Cup, Japan versus South Africa. What a moment. What a moment it was. Eddie Jones was coaching Japan at the time. Chapman brings it out now for Canterbury off the back of the scrum. Here's Fiaki stepping. Gets the ball free. Back for Chapman. Well defended there by Hawke's Bay. The Magpies now drive over the top. And they've turned it over. Fakatava now sends it back down into Canterbury territory. Gets a great little angle on this kick. And it sits up for Inor in the 22. He runs it outside. Bangs it back upfield. For Mai. Takes it. Falls as he steps off the right boot. But he gets up and goes again. For Mai taken down on halfway. Hawke's Bay controlling possession. But they just come up with errors at the wrong time. Not that there's ever a right time, per se, to come up with an error, but you know what I mean. Just when it feels like they're mounting the pressure, as Fakatava on halfway with the box kick, taken by Fiaki. And Fiaki takes it down. Canterbury back in possession now. They're going to put it through the hands, and it almost opens up for Newstub. And in fact, he does get free. Offloads for Bell. And Bell's taken down just inside Hawke's Bay territory. Oh, they are swift and fierce on the counter-attack, Canterbury. Back down the short side, Chapman goes. For Punavai. Lays it back. Now they go open side. Hannah drives it up. 40 metres out now from the Magpies line. New stub. Takes the line on. Penalty advantage. Inor sends it on. The ball over the top for Bell. Bell draws in the fullback. Gets it to Christie. Christie's got one to beat. Try saving effort from Fakatava. 5 metres out, Canterbury. Here's McLeod. Breaks through the tackle and scores the try. Dallas McLeod. Well, I don't have him in my multi. But Canterbury, again on the counter-attack. They've had zero build, zero momentum, turn the ball over and pounce. And it's been the story of the day for Hawke's Bay. Honestly, Hawke's Bay, you just want to say that they've been the better of the two teams. But the scoreboard suggests otherwise. Canterbury have just waited for the mistakes and taken advantage of them. Tim Plays, ahoy, mate. How are you, buddy? Nice to see you again. Of course, we remember you. You were here just last week, I believe. Hell, you might have even been here yesterday. Shea Fiaki puts the conversion on target. And Canterbury lead this 22 points to 14. They've just taken their opportunities. Their opportunities have been limited because the Magpies have been controlling possession, controlling territory. But the counterattack has just been so ferocious. Canterbury's last NPC final appearance was in 2022, and they lost to Wellington. So there you go. Canterbury have got a little bit of a streak to break themselves as the restart sits up for Enor, and Enor clears. Not a lot of distance on it. It'll be about 30 meters out from their own line here, Canterbury, and the Magpies will have the line-out throw. That's exactly right, Tim plays. Let's see who will take on Otago next week in the final. As Hawke's Bay get the line out wrong, George Bell takes it as it's loose over the top. He kicks upfield. It sits up in the 22. McClutchy has it. But George Bell chasing through his own kick and now is in over the top, looking to rip this away. Canterbury march over the top. Hawke's Bay illegally drive through, and it's penalty advantage now for Canterbury. Numbers to burn out to the right. They've gone the kick pass. It's lost backwards by Hawke's Bay. Play on. Now they come back for the penalty. Canterbury drove over the top of the ruck. Hawke's Bay were then offside when they tried to counter ruck back. Penalty goes to Canterbury. Now, do they put this into the corner? I feel like they do. It's 5 meters in from touch. It's a tough kick. They're putting it into the corner. Newstub steps up, and Canterbury are going in for the kill. 5 meter line out throw. 54 minutes gone. They lead by 8. They are marching in for the kill. Turning down the opportunity at 3, though it was 5 in from touch, 20 meters back or thereabouts. It certainly wasn't an easy kick. Bell throws to the back, uncontested ball, and Canterbury set up the rolling maul. They drive towards the line. Well diffused, though, by Hawke's Bay. And they've lost it, Canterbury. Penalty, though, for sealing off. Hawke's Bay have dived over the top of the ruck. Now it's a lot closer to the pole. There's a fight! Yes! Bring back the biff! Tempers flare in midfield. A lot of push and shove, a lot of shirt grabbing. Tensions boiling over as we have 25 minutes to go. 25 minutes to go in this contest. 8 points the difference, although I think they might take the 3 now, Canterbury. It's much closer to the polls. They call the scrum. Tom Christie has called the scrum. What a call this is. Tom Christie has called scrum. Well, this is a very interesting call because I haven't seen anything even remotely like scrum. You can understand, like, if Canterbury had scrum dominance, like clear-cut scrum dominance, they might look to shove over for a penalty try this close to the line, but it's 5 meters out. There hasn't really been any scrum dominance throughout the course of this game, one way or the other. This is an interesting call. Let's see. He didn't hesitate, Tom Christie. He went straight to the scrum. There was no hesitation. It sets 5 meters out, collapses in the front row. Penalty advantage, Canterbury. Now the late offload to Chapman. Chapman taken down a meter short. They're playing under penalty advantage, of course, so many opportunities here to get the try. Bell, I think it is there at the back with the pick and go. They're half a meter short. Penalty advantage from the scrum. This will apply for pretty much until they score or make a mistake. The goal line is the offside line. Canterbury drive over the top now. Half a metre short. Chapman organising the troops. Comes back open side. Cut out ball for McLeod. McLeod gets a double. Oh, that was too easy. Hawke's Bay were very tight in defence. They were expecting another pick and go. I was expecting another pick and go. But Chapman has gone the cutout pass to Dallas McLeod. And McLeod one-on-one easily breaks the tackle. And he gets his second try of the night. The defense was expecting it to stay in close. They've sent the cutout pass out. 27-14. Easy conversion now makes it 29-14. Canterbury firmly in control now of this semi-final. Riley Brown, ahoy, mate. I would have taken the points, Riley. I would have taken the points. I am a big advocate for taking the points when they're on offer. It was a gift 3. They've ended up with 7, so I guess they did the right thing. Told to use it now as Canterbury secure the restart. Just outside their 22 now. Chapman sends it back. Told to use it again. Inside the 22. Chapman with the box kick. Sends this one upfield and it will find touch about 10 short of halfway. Hawke's Bay will get the line out throw. There's still plenty of time here for the Magpies. 22 minutes left to play. 15 points the margin. There'll still be opportunities for them. No need to panic. Line out ball is secured at the front by Ned Flanders. Now sends it into midfield. Fakatava. Cut out pass to Lowe is Redwell. Canterbury in over the top of this. But Hawke's Bay scramble. And they clean out just in the nick of time. McClutchy with a nice late ball. And it's lost forward by Sullivan. Knock-on advantage here to Canterbury. And execution has just left Hawke's Bay now. Odd pop it. Ahoy, mates. How are you, sir? Odd Poppet, what do you reckon that? What do you reckon I do one of these over in the UK? How cool would that be? I'll come and do 1 or 2 of these over in the UK sometime next year. Scrum down here, Canterbury with the feed. It sets and collapses. And referee O'Keefe says we'll have a reset. Couldn't make up his mind in that one. Riley Brown says, I think I've found my new way of watching the footy. Oh, what do you mean, Riley? Coming and hanging out with us here at the Waste of World of Sports. I'll drink to that. We will drink to that indeed. 20 minutes to go. 29-14, Canterbury in control. The scrum resets. Chapman feeds. Stalemate situation at the moment. Now the second shove. Still stalemate. Canterbury bring it out. Punavai crashes it up. 10 short of halfway. Back into midfield they go. Gardner sets it back. Now, Newstub puts this one high. Contestable kick. Fiaki leads the chase and plucks it out of the air. Shea Fiaki in Hawke's Bay territory. Chapman with the late pass to Newstub. Newstub fights his way through the first tackle and he heads back into midfield where he's grounded. Options left and right. Chapman goes left and this is very scrappy stuff from Canterbury. And George Bell now, I think it is, who's come up with the dropped ball. He wasn't expecting the pass. And Hawke's Bay will get the scrum. 19 minutes left to play. 15 points the difference. Odd Poppet says, Dan, not game related, but what's your thoughts on the tie situation? Personally, I reckon oh, okay, you're talking about Tyrone Munro. Yeah, look, I don't know. I can't comment on it because I don't know. I will say this, though, because it's a DV claim, right? I will say this, as somebody who in the past has been falsely accused, I understand completely how easy it is to just be assumed guilty when you've done absolutely nothing. Like, the way that the law is in that respect is very, very lopsided in favor of the accuser. I know this firsthand. So all I will say, I don't know enough to comment. But look, if he did it, terrible. Bugger him. But I'm also very open to the prospect because I know firsthand how easy it is to just claim these things and have the person labeled as guilty. Innocent until proven guilty is the way that I'm taking my stance on it. I don't know enough at all to even comment beyond that. Scrum down, Fakatava goes short side, and McClutchy almost escapes. Up to halfway he goes. Riley Brown says, question, by chance, will you be watching Titus Proctor on One Championship? I have a question, Riley. What is that, in all honesty? Titus Proctor on One Championship. Very keen to know what that is. Fakatava now with the box kick clearance. Sends it upfield where it's claimed on the burst by Punavai. And Punavai goes to ground 5 short of halfway. Canterbury back in possession. Over on that far touchline. Keeping it now within the tram lines. Chapman told to use, and he does. Box kick sent up. Contestable ball. Can't keep it in the field of play. It's out on the full. Well, Chapman has not got his box kicking going. Onto the field comes Torian Barnes. What a big unit he looks like. Let's... Oh, UFC. Okay, look, we do some UFC, but it is certainly not like any footy that's on, be it rugby union or rugby league, generally gets the priority. Riley Brown, but yeah, we've definitely done UFC calls in the past. Down the short side now. Sullivan into contact on halfway. Canterbury now drive over the top, and the ball is loose for Chapman to scoop it up. But he leaves himself exposed. Hawke's Bay can't get their hands on it. McClutchy back in possession here for Hawke's Bay. Counter-attack is on. Here comes Ripley. Ripley gives it on to Failungi. Failungi just short of halfway. Ball is not out, says referee O'Keefe. 62.5 minutes gone. 15 points the difference. Fakatava has it. And it looks like he's setting up a box kick. He is indeed. Puts this one high. Hawke's Bay chase through, but it's an easy take at the back there for Punavai. Canterbury back in possession. 10 short of halfway. Gallagher. Gallagher opens them up. Straight up the middle. Gallagher taken down on halfway. Chapman looking left. Brings it back right-hand side. Fiaki through the hands now. And a nice step off the right boot. Fiaki goes again. Little grubber kick in behind. Sets up nicely for McLeod. McLeod looking for a hat trick. Stolen by Hawke's Bay. Pilfered nicely by Parsons. Loose pass over to McClutchy. It bounces up kindly for him. Fires it over to the right-hand edge. Ripley goes to ground just outside the 22. Hawke's Bay just outside their own red zone. They've got to go the length of the field to try and get themselves back into this contest. Numbers now to the left. Flanders goes over the top of Bell, but Bell does enough to bring him to ground. Back into midfield now. Hawke's Bay. McClutchy holds on to the pass. They've got him up off the deck. Now he gets to ground. Fakatava brings it back open side. 64 minutes gone. Canterbury, aggressive defense, driving Hawke's Bay backwards. No answers at the moment, the Magpies. They've gone 5 phases, absolutely nowhere. Fakatava, box kick is charged down by Darry. Darry reclaims it, offloads, and now the inside ball for Leonard Brown, and that is the match-winning try. Daniel Leonard Brown under the sticks. The box kick is charged down by Darry. He recollects it, gets the offload away, and some slick hands from Canterbury again on the counter-attack. 34-14 with the kick to come. Daniel Leonard Brown off the bench. Son of a bitch. Can I just say that? Because I've got George Bell in my multi. And of course, actually, is Leonard Brown on for George Bell? He might not be. I might have to take that back. I'll take that son of a bitch back. I apologize. Conversion successful, and Canterbury lead this one now. 36 points to 14. Canterbury clear through Chapman, up over halfway. 13 minutes left to play. A long way back now for the Magpies. Odd Poppet, I think Riley just means footy in general. League, union. As Higgins now creates some space, gets a nice offload to Ripley. Ripley back end field. Just outside the 22. Hawke's Bay now with numbers to Burn to the right. Can they get the ball out? They do. But Canterbury slide across and shut this down as Sam Smith heads back in field. Some slick hands from Hawke's Bay, but the Canterbury defense up to it. McClutchy, cut out pass. Symes keeps it alive. Loose pass to McClutchy. Quick hands again for Fomai. Ripley heads back in field. He's picked up and dumped in the tackle by Rover. Advantage now for Hawke's Bay. Canterbury offside. .68 minutes gone. Hawke's Bay now under penalty advantage. Golden opportunity here. The kick through from McClutchy. Claimed by Canterbury. We come back for the penalty. No answers at the moment here, the Magpies. They just can't break through this Canterbury defense, which has been solid, even in second or third phase. Broken play, I mean, of course, when I say that. Yeah, that's it. Odd Poppet. Being a Brit, when somebody says football or footy, it means soccer. You know what would be interesting? Me calling the soccer one time. It's because I used to play as a kid, and I used to follow the English Premier League sort of in early high school. It'll be interesting to see what's going on these days as Hawke's Bay secure the line-out throw. Rolling Maul is set here, 5 meters out. Can they jag some points back? Penalty advantage now as Canterbury drive through illegally. The Maul goes sideways. Still there for Hawke's Bay. Breaking away to the right now. McClutchy with quick hands. Tapped on by Sullivan. And the try from Jonah Lowe. We finally get a tick off the multi. Jonah Lowe. A try for Hawke's Bay. Finally a tick off the multi with 10 minutes to play. At last. Hawke's Bay under penalty advantage with quick hands. Tapped on by Sullivan to Lowe. And he's finally come through. My first tick off the multi. 36-19. Kick to come from the sideline. Boy, it was a thumpy old kick. And it hits the upright and bounces away. 36-19 it remains. Ten minutes left to play. So what do we got? 36-19. 36-19. 17 points. Okay, 10 minutes, 2 converted tries, and a penalty goal. I mean, it's unlikely, but it's not impossible. Canterbury go deep with the restart into the 22. Hawke's Bay. With 9 minutes left to play, they have to throw everything at it now. Absolutely everything, including playing from inside their 22, where they've created space. Sullivan with the draw and pass. And now Fermai cuts back in field. Hawke's Bay going from edge to edge. Lowe does well to hold on. And Lungy now taking the ground just short of halfway. They say you've got to earn the right to go wide. They're not fluffing about with that at the moment here, Hawke's Bay. Now a little isolated. Canterbury in over the top. Rip the ball away. And the counter-attack is on. Fantastic work there. The kick over the top from Chapman. McLeod chasing through. Puts pressure on Fermai. Fermai does well to ground the ball, get up and go again. And Hawke's Bay have it 5 out from their own line. Canterbury's counter-attack is just too strong at the moment. It's been the big difference between the two. 8 minutes left to play, 36-19. Back into the end goal for Sullivan to clear. They had no choice but to do it. And Sullivan sends it up just short of halfway. Piaki takes it on the full. But there's absolutely no need to go quickly. No need for a quick play here for Canterbury. Zane Sullivan, or Zane Zahn Sullivan leaves the field for the Magpies. Been a decent performance. Chapman's off for the Crusaders. Oh, God damn it. I'm just tripping over everything now. Chapman leaves the field for Canterbury, who secured the line-out ball. And the rolling maul is set. 7 minutes left to play. And they have got this game firmly in control here, Canterbury. Firmly. Quick hands from Rover. Controls the ball in midfield. 7 minutes left to play. 40 out from the line. Nice play down the short side. New stub onto Rover. Rover loses the ball. Knock on And we will have a scrum feed here for Hawke's Bay on halfway. So by the time the scrum packs, there'll be 6 minutes left. They still need 2 converted tries and a penalty goal just to level things up. They'll have to throw absolutely everything at it here, Hawke's Bay. Oh, we've got an Otago supporter in the crowd. He's here sussing out the competition. Yes, hello, mate. Sussing out the competition. And it looks like it's going to be Canterbury versus Otago next week. NPC final. $36.19, 6 minutes to play by the time the scrum packs down. Hawke's Bay will have the feed, but they are inside their own half. Pretty much need to get a try now. The scrum sets and collapses immediately. And we have a reset. Both front rows have gone down. It's always a wee bit of a lottery, isn't it? So Referee O'Keefe was like, let's just have that one again. Six minutes left to play in semi-final number 2. Surely Canterbury have got this in the bag. The scrum sets. Big drive from Canterbury, but Hawke's Bay bring it out. And it's loose ball. McClutchy off the side of the boot. Lowe has to go backwards to take it. The execution is just lacking. That's all. The execution is lacking. Odd Poppet, you're not familiar with the NPC League. Is it just CPL teams competing like Origin? It's the all New Zealand competition. It's the level down from Super Rugby. You'd obviously be familiar with Super Rugby, Odd Poppet. So the Super Rugby franchises are made up from provinces of the NPC. Nice inside ball, and Ripley to open up the Canterbury team here. Higgins down the short side for my. Heads back in field, bumps off 2 tackles. 5 minutes left to play. Loose pass. Sits up, luckily, in midfield for Karumi Symes. Keeping it down the short side. McClutchy to Ripley. Grab a kick through. And it's claimed by Fiaki in the 22. And he thumps the Everloo in. Bollocks off it. Keeps it in field. Ripley dummies and he's chopped down. Well chased there from Canterbury. Hawke's Bay back in possession. McClutchy sends it on here for Hay Horton. Hay Horton, by the way. Oh, almost intercepted. Knock on by Canterbury. Genuine attempt at intercept there from Enor. 4 minutes left to play, 36-19. Hawke's Bay scrum. Yeah, so this is the level down, Odd Poppet, from Super Rugby. So the Super Rugby franchises are joint teams made up of the provinces. So it'd be like the New South Wales Cup essentially in the NRL. You know? The New South Wales Cup, the Queensland Cup. It's just that level down. Scrum feed here. Anari feeds Hawke's Bay. Solid foundation. Anari breaks away. Goes out the back for McClutchy. Here's Lowe. Cut out pass. Nicely onto the chest of Famai, who loses it. And it's been picked up by the Canterbury team, who now counter-attack again. Rover down the short side for Enor. Enor's held up off the deck. It's a knock-on advantage. Canterbury have got it. It's 100% now. Time is up. New stub sends it on as Canterbury attack out to the left. It is Canterbury versus Otago in the NPC 2025 final. Canterbury versus Otago. Biaki in at first receiver, and now some slick hands. Out the back it goes. Canterbury got another one here. Draw and pass, and it's Tom Christie in open space. And that puts the exclamation mark on this contest. Through to the final. Go Canterbury. 41 points to 19. Now, it's ended up being a little bit of a shellacking, but really, Hawke's Bay, they were so much better than this scoreline suggests. Fantastic work from Punavai. And then it looked 4-on-1. 4-on-1 against McClutchy. No matter what he does here, no matter what he does, the poor bugger, it would be the wrong option. 4 Canterbury players lined up against him. It would have been a miracle if he saved that one. 41-19, kick to come. Shafiaki with the conversion, puts it down the middle. And Canterbury, 43 points to 19. Otago awaits. There's another Otago supporter in the crowd. Into the final minute of this game. Hawke's Bay goes short and lose the ball forward. Sits up here for Canterbury. Story of the night, I suppose you could say. Down the short side, Rover, sorry. 10 short of halfway. They'll just wind the clock down now, Canterbury. Told to use it. Bellworthy to Christie. Christie, from a standing start, just backs into the defense. Hawke's Bay look to drive over the top. Bellworthy has to play at it and bring it out as they put pressure on, but it's too little too late for Hawke's Bay. Canterbury control the ball. Bellworthy with 5 seconds to go. This will be the last play. Christie sets it up. Bellworthy can thump this into touch now. He'll fire it back. And into touch from Punavai. 41 points to 19. Canterbury have won semi-final number 2. It will be Canterbury versus Otago in the NPC 2025 final. Canterbury, the home side. Looking forward to that one. I mean, we will definitely cover it here on the Wasted World of Sports. NPC is a new thing for us. We've never done the NPC in previous seasons. But we will definitely suss out the final next week. Otago versus Canterbury. Should be a cracking contest. What a performance. I mean, what do you reckon, chat room? I personally don't think Hawke's Bay were 43 points to 19 bad. Canterbury just counterattacked like absolute gods. Canterbury versus Otago next Saturday, 3:15 p.m. New Zealand time. So yeah, that will be 4 or 5 for me. Nice one. All right. Wasted World of Sports. Thank you so much for your company here. Off to the big dance, Canterbury. It's been a long day for me. I'm not going to lie. I've been very busy with work. Odd Poppet says, personally, I reckon Otago to take the title. Odd Poppet, I would love to see that, mate. I would love to see it. Canterbury are my team. That's my boys, but I would love to see Otago claim it. I've always had a soft spot for Otago, right? Like Tony Brown, Byron Kelleher, Tane Randell, Josh Kronfeld. Jeff Wilson played for Otago as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's been some cool Otago players. One request, can I play the song? I can play the song. Tim Play says Otago is one of the best rugby teams in Otago. I shouldn't have found that as funny as I did. That's brilliant. Yes, Otago most certainly are one of the best rugby teams in Otago. No question. All right, Waste of World of Sports. Thank you so much for your company. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be streaming again tomorrow. So we'll catch you then. Until next time, though, shit, I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. I've been working hard on my full-time employment. I'm exhausted, man. So tired. So I do apologize for the lack of a post-game here in this one. I'm just an absolute spent force. Thank you so much for joining us, though. It's been a pleasure as always. All right, we're going to play the song for Odd Poppet. And, yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Cheers. Hang on, what song do you want, actually? Just the regular theme song, I'm assuming. All right. I think that's what he wants. Just the regular intro jingle. Okay. Catch you tomorrow.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retort.
That's the one. Enjoy. We're here for the jokes and 10 pants less from the kickoff to the final whistle flow. We'll take the 2 and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques. Just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll wait alone, from sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join us, sporty crew. Where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer.